There are more than 400,000 of these workers in California's fields and orchards. They don't work on the little farms that Jefferson dreamed and wrote about as the backbone of our democracy. They work on great mechanized factories in the fields. They operate complicated machinery, just like any assembly line. But their wages are a third or half as much as those of factory workers. They are denied the protection of the minimum wage and hour law. They are denied the right to collective bargaining. They have no unemployment insurance. They have poor housing, poor food, poor sanitary conditions. They are the low men on the economic totem pole. They are the very old and the very young, men and boys, women and even children, white and black and brown. These Mexican workers picking tomatoes are paid less than was paid 10 years ago. They are paid about a third of what industrial workers get for their labor. Their wage is determined not by a traditional small farmer employing an occasional hired man. It is paid by a Bank of America farmer, by big business enterprises that control most of the tomato production and market their product under the name of Del Monte, Van Camp, Campbell, Hunter Heinz. That wage is paid for hard work, for back-breaking work in the hot sun. It is paid by employers owning huge farms, hiring hundreds or thousands of workers during the season, and quite able to pay the same wage other industries pay for their labor. Make no mistake about it, growing tomatoes is big business in California, $107 million a year business. You thought child labor was outlawed? Sure it is, by state and federal legislation. It's as illegal as robbing a bank. But it exists. It goes on every year in California's factories and the fields. These aren't farmers' kids helping out with the chores after school. They're child laborers doing hard work from sunup to sundown, paid a meager wage, denied the opportunities other children enjoy. Every year there is a toll in accidents and injuries to children. Every year 500 child laborers suffer serious, disabling injuries in California agriculture. Most of these accidents result from children actually operating or working dangerously near machines. You thought that kind of stuff was stopped 50 years ago? Not in the farm factories. And there is the same flagrant disregard for laws protecting the rights of labor. You thought there were laws in California protecting women against doing the heaviest types of work? You're right, there are. It is against the law, among other things, for women to carry more than 10 pounds up a 5-foot stairway. But it is not uncommon for women to carry 75-pound cotton sacks from the field to the weighing station, and then up an 8-foot ladder to dump it while standing on a narrow plank. Illegal? Sure it is, but who's going to stop it? These women are not the wives of little farmers helping out on a busy day. They're employees of big corporations, of a $300 million a year business, which hides behind the myth that farming is a family-sized industry, the myth that farm prosperity is dependent upon denying farm laborers the minimum safeguards and guarantees written into the law for all other industries.